Namaskar everyone. Myself Kisan Magar and I'm the scholar of MA Mathematics of KuSOED 2025 at Tibon Lalitpur, and I would like to welcome you all in this presentation, and I would like to thank my facilitator Indramani Srestha sir for providing me the opportunity to do the presentation on this topic. So I'm here to do the presentation on the subject called EDUC 509 research methodology, and the topic of the presentation is about literature review. So let's start. So first of all, we'll be starting with the definition or the concept of the literature review. What does the mean of literature review? So first of all, what is literature review? Literature review is a systematic summary of existing research on a topic. So it includes books, journal articles, reports, etc. So before the conduction of the research, there should be a literature review done so that the research can be more effective and meaningful. So it helps to understand what is already known and what gaps exist, and it is a foundation for any research study. So that is very essential for the researcher to do the literature review before you conduct the research, so that your research will be more effective in the coming days. So that was all about the concept of the literature review. Now we'll be talking about the purpose of the literature review. So first, there are various purposes of literature review. So I have listed out few literature review purposes here. And the first one is avoid the duplication of research, identify the research gaps, build a theoretical foundation, develop research questions, and show researchers understanding. So these are the purposes of literature review. And in additional, it also helps in farming the methodology and supporting the arguments. So these are the purposes of literature review, which makes it more important in the research. So in the next slide, now we'll be talking about uh, the types of the literature review. So here also there are various types. I have listed out 4 types of literature review, which are thematic review, theoretical review, empirical review, and policy review. Each type serves a different research purpose. So each of the category here serves as a different, they have the different importance in their own. So we cannot separate them from each other. All of these are very essential for the research to be more effective. Okay, so first of all, now I'll be talking about the types of literature review. First one is thematic literature review, and it organizes the literature based on the themes or topics. As the name of the literature review is thematic, so it is based on theme or the specific topics. So the group studies with similar ideas in this kind of thematic review. So let's take an example here. If there is a topic called online learning, there can be a three themes I have brought here. First theme number one is student engagement, and theme number two is technology use, and the theme number three is learning outcomes. According to the themes, the groups or the group of students or the scholars will do the research or the discussion on the basis of theme, and they will conclude the theme. So this is the one very simple example I have brought about the thematic review. The advantage of thematic review is easy comparison across the themes, as the themes has been already decided and divided in the categorized form. So it will be very easier for us to understand the topic as well as to compare across the various aspects of the topic. So this is all about the thematic review. Now we'll be moving to the next type, that is the theoretical review. As the name is theoretical, so it is based on theories or the models. It explains about the relationships between the concepts of the research. So for example, study based on constructivist learning theory, that is all about the theoretical review example. And another one is explain how students learn actively. Yes, so this is also the theoretical review, because how the students learn actively, this is based on the theory. Yes, that can be a constructivist theory. So it talks about or the focuses about the theories or the models that is used in the given research. And the purpose of this theoretical review is it builds the conceptual framework and supports the hypothesis development for the research. So this is all about the theoretical review I have brought. Now we are moving to the next type of the literature review, which is empirical review. Empirical review, literature review is based on the previous research studies or database. It includes methods used, findings, and the limitations. For the example of empirical review, I have brought one example that is study shows the online learning groups performance by 20%. So this is the result of the previous research. So it can be updated in the coming days as well. It can be increased or decreased as well. So this is based on the previous research studies. So this is that's why it falls in the category of empirical review. The importance of empirical review is it helps to identify the research gap. Where was the gap? And to overcome that, it is also essential for that aspect. So the term research gap is here. So let's move on to the concept of the research gap. So what is research gap? A missing area or unanswered question in the existing research is known as the research gap. That there are types of research gap as well. That can be a methodological gap, a theoretical gap, and contextual gap. So the examples of research gap can be many studies on urban schools. Yes, few studies on rural school. Yes, that is gap, and this leads to your research problem. So overall, if you take this example, yes, that we can get the concept of research gap. Yes. Now we are moving to the last but not the least, that is the fourth type, policy review. Policy review, literature review examines government policies, laws, and the guidelines. It shows how policy affect the research area. For example, education policy on digital learning or government ICT initiatives. So these are the examples of the policy literature review. What is the importance of policy literature review? It connects the research with real world decision and it helps in recommendations as well to the government. Now we have come to the end of the presentation, that is conclusion. First of all, critical perspective. Do not just describe the evaluate studies. Are methods reliable? Are finding consistent or any biases there? We have to be careful about these aspects. And in conclusion, I would like to say literature review reveals the strong research base. It helps to identify gaps and direction, different types of different purposes. So we cannot separate all the types on the basis of their importance. They are important on their own. So as a combined, if we combine all the research type of literature review, we can make our research more effective and powerful. As a final note, I would like to say a good literature review is organized, critical, and relevant to the present time. With this note, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you all for being with me and watching my presentation. Thank you, everyone.